Mario, Ruby, let's go. Let's go.
Come on, let's have a candid conversation. Let's talk about it. Just bring it up, we got hope and love.
Yeah.
It's all about you and your well-being. The candid conversation show. Let's go, let's talk about
Hey,
it.
let's talk, let's walk it out. Let's talk, walk it out.
It's all about you.
Let's walk it out. Let's talk.
Welcome back to Talk About It, the Candid Conversation Show with Muriel,
And Ruby.
where we discuss topics that are unspoken and taboo in our community. We are delighted to have a candid conversation with Lenworth Mckenzie, where we will discuss his journey in ministry, entrepreneurship, and so much more.
Welcome to the show, Lenworth.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you.
Awesome. We want to lead with, we always tell our guests to tell us a little bit about their childhood because we believe that your childhood is the foundation to who you become as an adult.
I definitely agree.
So we would like to know a little bit more about you.
Well, I'm born. Thank you for having me again.
Sure.
Born and raised here in Orlando, Florida.
A Floridian.
Floridian.
All right, sunny Florida.
Orange County all day.
All right.
Born to Lenworth and Lorna Mckenzie, senior,
Yes.
and they're Jamaican.
All right.
Oh,
So
all right.
they lived in New York for a long time, but my mom didn't want to have a baby in New York, so
don't
she's
blame
like,
her.
I'm gonna
I'm
come to
moving
Florida,
here. It's
which
too cold.
I hold against her even to this day.
Really?
Because you want to be a
I
New
wanted to
Yorker.
be a New Yorker. Typical household, both parents was there. Grew up in church my whole life. My mom placed me in front of ministers
Okay.
from day one.
Yeah.
Reverend Gaius Notice was like my mentor
Okay.
at my church I grew up at Central New Testament here in Orlando,
Okay.
located on Powers Drive. And he taught me a lot. Childhood was, I'm the baby.
Oh,
so
my
Spoiled
goodness.
rotten.
I was not spoiled. Wasn't spoiled. I had to learn a lot. I had a lot of lessons from my older brothers.
Okay.
And I have an older sister as well. Typical childhood, strict parents,
Yes.
Jamaican
Of course,
parents.
Irish parents.
Discipline was everything.
That's right.
You do not play around in school.
No.
Schoolwork was top notch.
There to learn.
So it was church, school,
It's the same
you
thing.
know, and sports. You know, I barely got to go out anywhere unless it was one of the church family people.
Right.
You know that our parents are from the islands as
Really?
well, right?
So you know my family.
We know exactly what you're talking
so
about.
every Saturday was cleaning day, so you understand that.
There you go.
So
Ours was Sunday.
So everything was on like a strict kind of schedule.
That's right.
But I'm glad for the discipline.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
I'm glad for the structure,
Yes.
and it made me the person I am.
You are.
Had some hardship. Growing up, I was a fat kid. I was a big boy.
Okay.
And I got made fun of a lot.
Yeah.
And because of that, I had a lot of different body issues
Okay.
and self-esteem issues. But sports was my outlet that
Okay.
allowed me to become who I am now today,
Yes.
Okay.
as well as ministry. So the people that my mom placed me around, so I was getting negative stuff at school, but
Right.
positive reinforcement from
the
the
church.
ministers,
Okay.
from these gentlemen here.
So what happened? Like things like what? What would happen to you in high school? What are some of the things that people would say that would just make you close up or just feel like you weren't worthy or you weren't good enough?
Just the typical stuff, such as, you know, you're ugly. Jamaican culture is very tough.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
a very tough culture, and they have a certain standards that they go by. But when it came to school, you know, you're ugly, you're fat. You know, why you trying to play sports anyway? You know,
Yeah.
you can't run.
The kids are so cruel though.
They're
That's the
very
thing.
cruel.
They're so cruel.
They're very cruel, but it gave me tough skin though. And even up to high school, I dealt with, you know, some stuff like that. But then you start to grow into your own. You start to learn confidence. You start to feel yourself a little
Right.
bit. You get a nice haircut, so
You feel fresh and
you feel
clean.
fresh and clean. You start to understand how to organize your clothes a little bit more. And then you grow into your body, so you start to appreciate that. But thank God I had a mother that I had also.
Absolutely.
Because she was a person that she used to always tell me to embrace who you are.
That's right.
Embrace your body. She's always have me put quotes on the wall.
Good.
and say, you know, when you wake up in the morning,
That's so
that's the
nice.
first thing that you see in the
Absolutely.
morning. So I'm not gonna cry,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but it's I thank God for that
Yeah.
because if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have the confidence that I have now,
That you have now.
today
That's
to
wonderful.
embrace myself as like this a big guy, you know, stylish guy. So.
Right.
Right. Well, you've done good though.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
have.
You've
Thank
done
you.
real good for yourself.
Thank you.
You even have a master's degree.
Yes, I have a master's degree.
That's
I got
awesome.
after I graduated from Savannah State University
Okay.
with a degree in psychology.
Okay.
I came back home and I said, you know what, I still can't get a job, so I need to go back,
back
to
to
school,
school.
Right.
and get my MBA. So I got my MBA in business administration
Okay.
from Keller Business School of Management.
Congratulations.
And, thank you very much. And from there, I went on to go for work at Orange County government as an HR assistant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So-
awesome.
So I had a little adventure. But at
That's
Savannah
okay.
State, I was a football player.
Okay.
Awesome.
So what happened with that, with football?
I got burnt out.
Oh,
So I went to Savannah State as a walk-on.
okay.
Out of high school, had scholarship offers, but didn't really take academics too
Of course,
serious.
yeah.
Nearly ended up going to Stony Brook in New
Okay.
York because I always wanted to live in New
Right.
York. So it didn't work out. Ended up going to Georgia, but that HBCU culture was like so dynamic. I'm glad I got to experience
Good.
it. Homecoming, just really appreciating yourself,
Okay.
just as a black person.
Yes.
Because going from the high school I went to at Olympia to Savannah State was a culture shock.
Of course it was.
You know, from Windermere to Chatham County.
Yes, that's a drastic.
You're like, wow.
It was a total difference, but I'm glad for it. Walked on there, earned my athletic scholarship, and then within 4 years got my degree.
So you wanted to go pro? Is
I
that
wanted
what
to
it
go
is?
pro. I tried out for, I did a junior day for Jacksonville Jaguars
Okay.
and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
After school, I tried out for Orlando Predators when they had a team
right.
here. But I was just burnt out. I was tired.
You were worn out, huh?
I was worn out. I wanted to go home. I was lovesick, and I wanted to get back to Orlando.
Okay.
So I was just like, you know what? Let me give it a rest.
But you wanted to go pro, though.
I did want to go
Yes.
pro really bad. That was my goal. I told my mom, I said I'm gonna buy her a golden wheelchair.
A golden.
A golden wheelchair. I
Your
said,
mom's
She was in a wheelchair.
no, she's not. But I
Okay.
said, you know, Mom, if it comes to that age, you're gonna have a golden
Okay,
wheelchair.
I get it.
You know
So,
what? So what else happened? I mean, other than that, you didn't make it to the pros.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of your wishes, but you did make it. I mean, you made a master. You've got your master's degree. So
Right.
you then, you made something of yourself.
Yourself,
You did get a degree.
exactly. So I told myself I had a goal when I went to Georgia. I said, I'm gonna leave out of here with something.
Yes.
And I had a professor. He used to tell me, Len, you need to be a universal thinker. Like, don't stop thinking. He said, cut the crap. I can't say what he actually
Of
said.
course.
We
on
got
TV,
it.
but he said, Len, cut the crap.
Right.
And I want you to become a universal thinker. And when you leave here, I want you to leave here and not just think about sports, but think about your legacy.
Okay.
And so when
Good
I left,
advice.
when I left school and football didn't work out, I got burnt out. I had to do something. And when I got my degree, my MBA, that's when I decided to actually get my own business.
Okay.
My friend actually called me on the phone, and he said to me, "I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you." He said, "Don't become a statistic." I'm like,
Yes,
"What do you mean
that's right.
statistic? I just
It
got my
happens.
MBA. I
Right.
just graduated. What do you mean statistic?" He said, "Don't be a person that gets a degree that does nothing with
Do
it."
anything, right? Because it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. So what did you do with it?
From there, I created Pure My Clothing.
Okay.
Your might.
Pure My Clothing.
Okay.
Yep. So I created Pure My Clothing, and it started off as a little sketch on the fridge.
Okay.
With a muscle. My wife sketched it, and
Okay.
she put it on the fridge.
Yes.
And from there, I always wanted to have my own clothing line as a big guy. I always
Okay.
wanted to have my own style.
Okay.
So even as a young child, I used to daydream a lot.
Yeah.
So being a baby, and my brothers are older, I used to be in the house by myself, and I have my own little corner, and
Of
I
course.
pretend I'm a doctor. I'm a
Anybody
president.
who you want, anyone you want
President of the United States. I used to dress up, and I used to have my own speech and everything.
Dreamer.
I was a dreamer.
Yes.
So I used to sketch down clothes. So
Okay.
this was my opportunity to create it, and then from there I created Pure My Clothing.
So tell me what you have. You have hats?
I have Sure. I have hats here
All
for
right.
the females. I have the pink, and I also have blue hats as
Okay.
well. Also create Letterman jackets
love it.
as well. You know, have the little college feel. You know, HBCU and all that stuff. And recently, I came up with a slogan that was very dear to my heart. It's called "The pain only makes you stronger."
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Love it. Hold it up.
That's nice.
It's very popular right
Pain
now.
only made me stronger.
And I actually, you know, see, I have it got it going on right
I
now.
like that color.
So all different colors.
All different colors, all different colors. But the black and white is very popular right now. So, and with
I
that,
like the gold.
It's my
Yeah,
favorite colors, but I
yeah.
do love the gold.
Exactly, exactly. And also too, I have the hoodie to it too as
Okay.
well. So that's been very popular as well.
Well,
So
what does that mean, though?
the
Tell
pain only
us.
made you stronger?
The pure might. Where did that come from?
So Pure Might comes from a nickname that I got back in college.
Okay.
I was part of a church group, and the church group said that my spiritual guy was just as big as my natural.
Okay.
But I didn't like the name at first.
Okay.
I thought everybody else got cooler names than me. So I didn't like Pure Might, and people used to actually call me that. That was my nickname. But when I was preparing to create my own business, God was like, I want you to call your business Pure
Pure
Might,
Might.
because he said that you're going to be doing more than selling clothes. So he's like, if you're not bringing people to me, it makes no sense
Right.
in what you're doing.
Okay.
So came up with the name Pure Might, and
you love it now.
I love it now. So it's the motto is the strength is within you.
Yes.
So you have everything that you need within
Within,
of
that's
you
right,
yeah.
to do whatever that you want to
do,
despite whatever depression, anxiety,
I love
Yes.
it.
limited, whatever you're limited to. You have everything inside of you
I love
to
it.
do.
So did you battle some depression?
I definitely did. Body issues as well. Not loving myself. You know, my family went through some stuff with my brothers.
Okay.
You know, parents argue,
Yes.
especially if you're in the house by yourself.
Yeah.
Listening to that.
You're listening to that. You get anxiety. I had bad anxiety
Okay.
growing up. I used to have bad chest pains, and on top of that, not loving myself, not loving my
Accepting
body,
yourself.
not accepting myself. I'm not feeling like I'm worthy,
Right.
or just always comparing myself
To someone
to
else.
somebody else. But thank God, you know, for other people that was in my life that helped me keep a balance and kind of keep me a level head, because there was times that I felt like I wanted to just take my own life. I wanted to
I'm glad
just
you
to
didn't
end
do
it.
that.
Yeah, and there was even as an adult, I feel like I got to that point where I just didn't want to be. I felt like it was better for me not even be here, anymore. So
Well, I'm
Not
glad
during
that
the
you did.
pandemic, just in general as
not
an
not
adult.
during the pandemic,
Okay.
but pre-pandemic, probably a couple years ago.
Right.
I went through something. I feel like we go through seasons
We do. We do.
where you have your highs and your lows, and I had my high and low, and I had a particular time where it just felt like everything wasn't going
Going
my
on,
way. Work
yeah.
was bad. Felt like I was targeted at
Of
work.
course.
I just, you know, I was
Started
going through a
feeling
lot
hopeless.
of. I was feeling hopeless,
Yes.
and I actually tried to put a belt around my neck, and try to take my own life.
So sorry.
I'm glad
So-
that that didn't
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
And that's why Pure Might is so important to me, because every day it gives me purpose. And the more that I push it, more people respond. Like I just got a text the other day from a gentleman that told me that I literally, like the videos I've been posting, saved his life.
See,
You
never
just
know.
never know. You really
exactly.
don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I suffer with body image issues as well. I have body dysmorphic disorder. How, for me, it's a daily struggle. But even today, do you still feel that you have those issues?
I have good and bad days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good and bad days. But I love myself.
Yeah.
And some people may take it as arrogant.
No.
No.
But
There's a big difference.
yeah, you know, but some people may take it as, well, you're being too, but no, I think you should be overconfident about
You
yourself.
should. You need to love yourself
you
first.
Exactly. You should love yourself. And I have my good and bad days, but in general, I love me.
Good.
You know,
Good for you.
I think I'm handsome. So.
Aw, that's a happy ending right there.
Exactly.
How long has Pure Might been in?
5
business?
years.
Oh, really?
5 years.
Okay.
That is
And
awesome.
you're doing very well.
It's doing well. It's typical business.
Of
It has
course.
its, you know,
Ups
ups
and
and
downs,
downs.
yeah.
But to go from sketching on a refrigerator to where I'm at now,
Right.
you know, through Pure Might, I've been able to create events,
Okay.
such as this is called the Transformation Experience.
Okay.
For the youth, you know,
Okay.
it's an open
You work with the
forum
youth.
so that they can worship and feel free to know that they can become whoever they want to become.
That's right.
So
Yeah, the youth definitely needs it.
Definitely.
They definitely need it. Do you feel that people are, during this pandemic, are coming closer to God?
I think so, in their own way.
Right.
Because what happens is that they're taken out of their comfort zone with being in a building. And when you're forced to be isolated by yourself,
Right.
it forces you to think about things that you probably did not want to
Exactly.
think about. Especially if you lost your job, you know, if you're in dire need, you're in your end of your rope.
Yeah.
It forces you to think about things you probably didn't want to. So they have no choice but to, you know, turn to a higher source.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. So you're in the ministry as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sure. Share some of that with us.
Well, I was ordained last year.
Okay.
Ordained last year as a minister, but
Very
I've
good.
been in church my whole life.
Of
Right.
course.
You were raised in the church.
Was so
Raised in church whole life, so I feel like I've been ordained my whole
Your whole
life.
life.
Anyway, but I felt like the call to ministry in college.
Oh, really?
In college, yeah, I was in college and just doing what college players do. You know, just wilding out. And in my
Still.
in my dorm room, and one day I just felt the conviction in my
Okay.
dorm room one day, and I just dropped to my knees and I started crying. And from there, I remember calling one of my pastors in Georgia at the time and back home, and it was like, I told you your call.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want to be
You
I
didn't
don't want
wanna
to be a
believe
pastor.
pastor.
I don't want. I see what they go through. It's a lot. Like
It is a lot.
It's a target.
It's a lot of pressure.
And a lot of pressure, and people don't take it easy
Right.
on pastors.
No.
You know, you can't make a mistake. So I don't want that. I didn't want any part. I didn't want any smoke of that. So
You had no choice. That was
but
your calling.
It was my calling, and I'm glad for it.
That's good. So where is it that you are? Where are you? Where is your church?
Well, currently right now I do online ministry
Okay.
Very good.
on Facebook, Sunday, 10 o'clock live every Sunday
Okay.
on Facebook. On my Facebook page, Pure Mind Ministries. So
Oh, that's the name of your ministry.
Pure Mind
Oh, that's
Ministries.
nice.
Pure
Okay.
Mind Ministry. So it's more than a name; it's a lifestyle.
That's
so
right.
It's so I'm pushing it every Sunday. Also, as well, my videos are also on my YouTube channel as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
Pure Mind Ministries as
Okay. Very
Who's
good.
your audience?
well. My audience ranges from say 25 to like 37, but it's for everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, you have your target audience, but it's for everybody.
You
Everybody
leaving
hits
us
me
older
up.
folks out?
No. Listen, older folks,
35 and up.
35 and up. You know, they actually are the ones that
Okay.
hit me up all the time.
Okay.
Like, and they always say, "I love your message,"
Okay.
and they're the ones that may invite me out to their church to speak.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So everybody loves it.
That's
So
awesome.
do you feel that since you've been through depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation, have you sought any help? Do you feel that therapy as a minister? What are your thoughts on that? I know we need to pray, but we
Yeah.
also need counseling as
Right.
well.
We do need counseling, and prayer is good.
Yes.
But the reality is sometimes you don't want to pray.
I know.
So you do need that outlet that you can talk to, you can express yourself. So I think counseling is good, and we do not always like counseling, especially like within like Black culture.
Correct.
We do not like counseling.
No.
Because we don't want to, especially as men, we don't want to feel vulnerable.
Right.
And I get that because I went through that myself where I don't want to feel vulnerable. I want
No.
to feel weak. I'm a
Right.
big guy.
Exactly.
So I don't want to feel weak and tell somebody my problems.
Right.
But it's a must because that stuff
necessary.
it balls
Oh
up.
my goodness.
And you
It
explode.
really
You
does.
explode. Right.
You explode.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until I myself went to therapy that I was shut off. I didn't want to show emotions because I always, you know how we're brought up.
be
You're
tough,
so
gotta be
strong.
strong.
Right.
You know, I was always trying to be the tough guy. But it's okay to show emotion.
It is. It is. It's okay to
Yes.
cry.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with it. I
Nothing
love
wrong.
your mission. You can make it on broken pieces.
Yes. Oh man, I love that.
Elaborate for us. Elaborate a little bit on that.
So that goes back to my childhood.
Yeah.
My grandfather, he's my adopted grandfather.
Okay.
Like he took me on his wing, and he preached that message years ago before I was even a thought.
Okay.
In England, and my grandmother, his wife, used to always tell me that story about you can make it on broken pieces, and it's a story in the Bible talking about Paul being shipwrecked.
Okay.
And you know how he's shipwrecked, but he takes a piece of wood and he takes that wood, the only thing he has, and he
Right.
makes it to shore.
That's right.
Through all the chaos, and that stuck
You
in
held
my
on to that.
mind that you could break it, you can make it on broken pieces.
Isn't that something?
Yeah,
I
it's
like that.
powerful.
I like that. So, minister, what do you do for fun?
You don't minister all day, all night.
No, I'm minister all day, all night. No. I love music. You know, I'm Caribbean. You know, I love music. I love dancing.
Good.
You know, I love having a good time. I
Yeah.
love getting together with my loved ones and having a good party and just socializing.
That's right.
Awesome.
You know, I'm a social butterfly. I get in trouble for that too.
That's
much,
this
'cause-
one right
There's
here.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I love having a
I
good
love
time.
people. I love having a good time.
I love having a good time.
Yes, nothing
I
wrong
love
with
it.
that.
I love it.
Talk to us about this podcast that you're going to be co-hosting in a couple months.
All right. The Hot
Yes,
Box
Box.
podcast. I am excited. Oh man! In February, it's going down. Me and my friend Jennifer Smith. She actually has her own business as well.
Okay.
It's called Jen's Beauty LLC.
Okay.
And we have heated discussions all the time. So he's like, you know what? Why don't we just put this
Yeah.
on tape?
Do
And
that.
this is about everything?
This is about everything. It's about
Okay.
entrepreneurship. It's about
Okay.
business. It's about
Okay.
being an ordained minister and being open to talk about certain things
Okay.
that probably ministers probably wouldn't want to talk
Talk about.
about.
Exactly.
She's not a minister as well.
No, she's not a minister. No, I'm the only minister in this one.
Ministry, sorry.
Well, she's in ministry, but she's not an ordained
Okay,
minister.
okay.
So, but yeah, in February, we're going to be launching.
Okay.
You know, we have social media. Right now, we have a Facebook, we have an Instagram page. So,
Okay.
you know, everybody can go ahead and follow that Hot Box podcast.
Hot
so
Box.
it's going to be fun.
Sounds good. Sounds
Exciting.
deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, you know, we've come to the end of the show, and we want to have a candid minute with you.
Okay.
As a minister, what do you feel regarding the social injustice and police brutality that has been occurring this year?
I feel that going back to foundation, the way that people react to other people is based off the foundations that they come from. You know, so the true colors of a man will be eventually revealed.
Yes.
And my mom used to say to me that whatever happens, whatever you do in the dark will eventually come
Come to
the
light.
light.
Definitely will.
So when it comes to police brutality and, you know, profiling and racism, you know, eventually it will come out. And I've seen it, you know, I've heard it.
You haven't witnessed it.
I've witnessed it, you know,
Okay.
I've been called some names
Really?
before at a job. But I have a two sides to
Okay.
it because I grew up with a, you know, white neighbor
Okay.
that I call mom.
Yeah.
And she, you know, she helped raise me
Yeah.
as well. So I see a different
Different
side.
side,
Yeah.
right.
But then again, that goes back to her foundation.
Exactly.
Right.
And so everybody doesn't have the same foundation.
No, no.
I love the way you answered that.
Mm-hmm. Very
It
good.
starts with the foundation.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Definitely.
Let the viewers know how they can contact you.
Okay, well, you could definitely contact me at Pure Might Clothing on Instagram and Pure Might Ministry at Facebook.
Okay.
Also to the YouTube channel, Pure Might Ministry as well.
Awesome.
So you go ahead and follow me live every Sunday
At 10 o'clock.
at 10 o'clock,
That's
10
right.
a.m. sharp, 10 a.m. sharp on Facebook.
Okay, great.
Very good. We
Definitely.
thank you so much for
Yes.
joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It was short but sweet.
It was awesome.
We hope to have you come back on again.
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you. We thank you, the viewers, for your support and joining us tonight. Please tune in next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for another guest right here from our community sharing their testimony. In closing, Lenworth's mission is to leave a legacy that you can make it on broken pieces. There is a quote that says, "Don't start your day with the broken pieces of yesterday. Every day is a fresh start. Each day is a new beginning. Every morning we wake up is the first day of the rest of our lives." Always remember, God can turn broken pieces into masterpieces. We are real sisters sharing real stories within our community. We thank you for tuning in to talk about it, the Candid Conversation Show.
Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, let's have a candid conversation. Let's talk about it. Just bring it up with that hope and love.
Yeah.
It's all about you and your well-being. A candid conversation show. Let's go. Let's talk about it.